I'm only going to the top of the hill.